Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. We're back for another story. And this time, ladies and gentlemen, I have some disconcerting news. Just a moment. Let me try and fix my microphone. Just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. So I do apologize. We have some disconcerting news, and it's coming out of my state, which is Texas. And there was a gentleman that was seeking to board a flight, and he was apprehended by authorities in Dallas, I believe. And I think what they alleged is that he had warrants out for his arrest for criminal offenses, but he only had, I think, like a traffic violation, but it wasn't what they had alleged. So we're going to get into the story and then we're going to watch some video. But let's first go over the story that is covering this particular situation. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to make sure that we are showing up fine. Okay. So, Dallas police under fire for tasing non-resisting black man. A video has gone viral showing Dallas police officers tasing Michael Singleton, a 53-year-old black man at Dallas Love Field Airport, despite him appearing to offer no resistance. The incident has sparked widespread outrage and calls for accountability. In the video, Singleton is seen standing with his hands behind his back, surrounded by officers. He can be heard shouting to bystanders, saying that somebody taped this. I didn't do nothing. My name is Michael Singleton, is what he is saying. End quote. An officer responds stating that Singleton has warrants, to which Singleton clarifies, quote, I got a traffic warrant, end quote. So, um, witnesses report that Singleton was accused, allegedly, of drug possession, a claim he vehemently denies. Musician Lizzie Ashley, who recorded the incident, noted on social media that the officers may have misheard a passenger, leading them to believe that he had a substance. And I think what happened is that he felt that he was being framed, which seems quite likely. As the situation unfolds, Singleton remains stationary, but officers step back and deploy a taser, causing him to collapse. Bystanders express shock, with one exclaiming, No. Quote, no, why would y'all do this? He was just standing still, end quote. On the ground, Singleton continues to assert his innocence, stating that he does not have any warrants and that he has a traffic warrant. He also confronts the officer, saying that he doesn't have any substances or illegal substances on his person and that he doesn't do dealing in this particular area. Following the incident, Singleton was taken into custody but later released. According to reports, charges including resisting arrest were dropped. Singleton has since obtained legal representation and plans to pursue action against the Dallas Police Department. The Dallas Police Department has not provided a public statement regarding the incident. The video continues to circulate widely, prompting discussions about police conduct and the treatment of Black individuals by law enforcement. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking about this for a very long time, that the police violence against Black Americans in the United States of America is a serious problem. And the allegations against Black Americans that are unjustified and unwarranted is another serious problem as well. Now, I am going to show some footage, which is going to be disturbing, but it helps to put this incident into context and help you to understand what I'm seeing, and uh, so you know exactly what happened. So we're going to watch this together. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to make sure that we're okay here and that we're still okay. So it's not showing up. Let's see. Okay? I'm seeing it on my end. Okay, there it is. It's showing up. Okay, let's see. Which I think I'm sharing this tab here. Which one is this? Okay, chess. Okay. I wasn't posting the way they got me on tape. No, I fucking says right here. Fucking dickhead, bro. Okay, I excuse the language, but there is let's see. I don't know if I can show it from the beginning. Hold on. I need to try and show it. I don't know how to see, it's an Instagram. Let me probably do it like that. Okay, let's see. You have warrant. My name is, I got a traffic warrant. My name is Michael Singleton. I want you to please take it. They arrested me for wrong reasons. No, why would y'all do that? He was standing still. Oh my God, my name is Michael Singleton. My birthday's 12/21/71. I have back in Singleton. I have no warrant. I have a traffic warrant for $500. That's fine. You're trying to investigate. No, you said you have cocaine. I'm not a drug dealer. Man, I'm a shoot dog, man. You fucking trying to kill me. Hey, man. Okay, I think uh that's it, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, it's deeply disturbing, isn't it? It's so he's upset, and rightfully so. Like, there's a large allegation that's launched against him that's not true, and he's angry because, of course, it's embarrassing to be put in handcuffs in front of an entire airport, and then you have a lot of police officers surrounding you, and everybody is thinking that you are a criminal. So it's like an attack on your reputation. And what does this violate? Well, it's a Fourth Amendment violation. And so if we are looking at the Fourth Amendment says that the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall be issued, and but upon probable cause supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. That's the Fourth Amendment, ladies and gentlemen. And so when we think about this, right, like, okay, we're thinking about what has happened to Michael. It's it's saddening, and I probably will issue a public statement later. Of course, it's getting a little bit late, and I really need to get to bed and get some sleep, but I'll probably issue it tomorrow. But I think this is deeply disturbing, and I can see how this violates a number of domestic protocols as well as international protocols. And again, I don't think that a traffic warrant would justify the treatment that we've seen in the Dallas Police Department, and and it's deeply concerning to see that uh, these kinds of incidents are still taking place within the United States. I think what's even more concerning is that Michael didn't appear to be a threat at all to law enforcement. He was complying. He had his hands behind his back. Yes, he was vocal in- and I think that was for a reason. He was afraid, possibly, of what could happen. And we understand that now in the United States, police officers have stronger protections under the current administration, which is deeply troubling. And um, this case is troubling. And I am pleased to know that Michael has secured legal counsel and that he was able to get out of jail. Like he was released from prison, or excuse me, from probably detention. And ladies and gentlemen, we need to keep in mind that this is just a tip of the iceberg. These kinds of incidents happen all the time. And what's disturbing about these incidents and really important for us to pay attention to is that what happens when the camera is not rolling? Like this was an unfortunate incident and a disturbing encounter, but luckily, he was in an airport, in open space where there were bystanders and unsuspecting people that weren't influenced by one person or the other. So basically, they saw an incident, and their first reaction told them to do was record the encounter. And it wasn't because that they were trying to record the encounter because they were in support of one party or in support of the other. It was these incidents that we often record to document what is happening, right? And so what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when we don't have impartial people recording these kinds of human rights violations? We don't have impartial people documenting incidents where people's rights are being violated like this. This is happening all the time. And it raises the question, doesn't it, whether we should always keep a camcorder or a camera or a cell phone with a camera on it on our person to really document our encounters with law enforcement and people that are really trying to uh, throw us into a bad life, right? And so I think watching that video, I know that he was really upset about being handcuffed and being uh, accused of being something that he wasn't and doing something that he didn't do, and rightfully so. And I think that you can tell that he was afraid. Just the fact that he was like, it, although it came across probably uh, on the surface to a person who is really not an expert in emotions. And I'm not saying that I'm an expert in emotions, but I've been watching a lot of these videos for a long time and documenting them and analyzing them for a very long time. And what I seen while he was on the floor and even while standing was fear in his eyes and fear coming from his voice. And not only was it fear, but it was disbelief at the fact that he was being handcuffed and taken into custody for something that was wrong and something that he didn't do. And so it raises the question as to whether or not we need to really pay attention to these kinds of incidents, ladies and gentlemen. This is a deeply disturbing encounter. And again, like I said, Singleton is lucky because, and, and and before I preface it that way, I want to say that, of course, this incident that he was in should not have occurred. And the police officers should have done, they should have exercised diligence when investigating this incident and making sure that they had the right person. And I think Grace was on his side. Not only was Grace on his side, but I think that there was a higher power that was on his side because, again, this took place in an open space with a lot of people and a lot of strangers that had cell phones and they were able to document this. And we know that incidents like this aren't always captured with a cell phone. And a lot of these incidents where a person is tased and they're taken into custody, no one has it on camera. And people are sitting in jail right now on crimes and charges. Excuse me, they're sitting in jail right now on charges, being accused of crimes that they did not commit. And so I'm going to keep an eye on this story because I believe that Michael Singleton is supposed to be doing a press conference and uh, doing a press conference with his legal defense team. And I want to actually uh, be updated with that information. And so if you keep an update on it too, you can notify me and let me know what you find out. But of course, this is coming out from my state and it's deeply disturbing. And again, there has been an increase in police brutality. Incidents against Black Americans in the United States is frightening. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk to you next time. Don't forget to like this video, share it. Um, uh, and I'm going to link my Facebook account in the description. Don't forget to follow me there. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.